That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
I head back to the crib to prepare for the game. Game happens. First half, Patrick Mahomes can't get it going. Kansas City cannot get it going. I'm like, okay, they're going to pull it together eventually. They got to. Like, I've seen this story before, especially when I seen the pick six. It reminded me exactly of Robert Alford's pick six on Tom Brady when the Falcons went up like what 20-3 at that point and stuff like that. He throwing up the A. Bow Wow was going on Instagram. You guys know the story if you were there in 2017. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, I'm not counting out the Chiefs yet. Anyways, the climb ticks down. We going to halftime. This is the moment we all been waiting for. I know at this point that Kendrick is gonna do Not Like Us. I just don't know how exactly he's gonna diss Drake. I don't know if he's gonna say Drake. I'm like everybody else, right? I don't know if he's gonna say Drake. I don't know if he's gonna say pedophile. I don't know if he's gonna say a minor. I don't know. So okay, we get into it. Bro opens up the set with the unreleased song. I said, okay. I was like, okay, Doc, because I know the song, the first half of the song just from the YouTube snippet. And I know a lot of y'all that's watching this video know that song from the YouTube snippet that's going on. Let me pull up this YouTube video right now on stream to see how many views it has, because it probably spiked about at least 1 million or 2, right? It probably spiked 1 million or 2 since last night, right? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. This thing has this 1 minute snippet that he dropped 5 minutes before he dropped the album. GNX has 7.4 million views. Probably when it before last night, I'm just guessing here, had probably 6 or 5 million views, bro. Probably had 6 or 5 million views. He performed a YouTube only exclusive snippet that had about 5 million views to open the Super Bowl. I said, all right, Doc, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Because it's like the Super Bowl historically, as you guys know, is always just they get the biggest artists of the year, of the time, just to perform the biggest songs of their career. So you get Britney Spears, she going, hear me, baby, one more time. You're toxic, like that is the Pepsi halftime show. Like when it used to be Pepsi, that is the Pepsi halftime show. You just do that for 13 minutes. You know, they don't play any of your favorite joints or anything like that for the most part. If your favorite song is in a radio song, and then but they do the thing just to appease the fans, to get in, get out, collect their attention and stuff like that. I won't say collect check because they don't really get paid for it, but to collect the attention and kind of reap the benefits and have everybody say it's the best Super Bowl performance since Michael Jackson. Every time there's a good performance, they say, that's the best Super Bowl performance since Michael Jackson. That's the best one since Prince. But anyways, I think Dr. Dre right now is still, that's a good question. I probably got Dre at the top still. So anyways, so he comes out with the unreleased, and then he gets into it. I'm loving it. I'm dancing to it. I'm singing the song that friend. And then he had Samuel Jackson come in, and the Samuel Jackson stuff I love too. I love Samuel Jackson's input, his little things. And I think in the script, Kendrick addressed a lot of people, bro. He did the Big Sean diss with Humble, but I think with the Man in the Garden, the way I looked at it with the I Deserve It All and stuff like that, I looked at it, he was addressing Wayne there because, Wayne obviously was saying what he was saying about not getting it. And then he took a shot. I feel like the shot was at Louisiana state lawmakers. Louisiana state lawmakers, for those of you who don't know, they had about 13 of them before the game. Yeah, before the week of the Super Bowl, signed a thing, like a complaint that said like the NFL Super Bowl halftime shows have gotten way too vulgar over the past few years, and they keep getting worse and worse. And I was like, okay, I don't think there's any coincidence that this comes out right before the first ever rapper to headline the show headlines the show. And other people was like, "Oh no, bro, it's not that. It's not that." I'm like, "Okay, all right, you can pee on my leg, tell me it's raining if you want to. It is what it is." That was that, right? So they say that, and Samuel comes and says, "No, no, 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 don't do that. That's too ratchet. That's too ghetto." And I'm like, "Yo, he just took a shot at the lawmaker." But that also could have just been like, general kind of criticism he's been hearing or whatever and stuff like that. But that's the way I saw it. I saw it as a direct shot at the Louisiana lawmakers. That's my theory. Everybody has their own theories. And then so he did the Big Sean diss, he did the Lil Wayne diss, which was like addressing Lil Wayne more so. And then he was hinting to the Drake thing where he says, "But they like to sue." And I was like, "Ah!" And he goes on with the set. And then he brings out SZA, and SZA was amazing. A lot of people saying she was lip singing, whatever. It sounded amazing. It was great. It's a great moment. And Sam was like, "Yes, that's what we want. Clean, slow, this and that for the people." And then he puts on Not Like Us and he chooses violence and he freestyles before Not Like Us again. At this point, he probably done did like 3-4 freestyles or unreleased stuff that he's never done before. And I'm like, "Oh, this is crazy." Kendrick, man, this is going crazy. And he does Not Like Us. Stadium goes crazy, and then it transitions into TV off. And I'm like, the transition. I feel like personally, if you had a problem with Kendrick not doing all of his hits, or doing most of his hits, or doing just a large part of his hits, because he didn't do majority of his hit catalog. I know some people were like, Kendrick. That's all they see. And they said, "What are you talking about? He didn't perform his hits. He did DNA, Humble, and Not Like Us, and TV Off." That's 4 songs out of the how many songs did he do? He probably did like, I don't know how many songs he did now. I think about it. Probably like 10, 12 songs for 13 minutes, for 12 minutes, 11 minutes. Them 4 songs ain't nothing. Kendrick got hits, as you guys know. That's the reason why he got the Super Bowl. It ain't just because of Drake beef. People that don't follow rap don't know that. All right, here we go. So I think if you had the complaint of he didn't have enough hit records, I feel like the moment of Not Like Us into TV Off itself was enough. That was enough for me to be like, you did hits, you did stuff that people could dance to, you did something where we could like kind of, I hate to cliche, or the double entendre or whatever, you could turn your minds off and just enjoy a halftime show, dance, have fun. Hey, we partying. Hey, Not Like Us. Hey, Minor, Mustard. Like you could do that. I think that transition with Mustard running out, with Serena doing the crib out, was amazing, sensational. And I feel like it made up for all of the lack of party that you want to say beforehand, because the rest of it was just art. It was great theatrics. Like he said, it was directed, an entire thing by PG Lane. PG Lane team, amazing job. The camera work, the directing, the lights with the people, with the fans, wristbands and stuff like that. Missy Elliott was doing that. A few other people do that, where the fans put on the wrist bracelets. LSU did that this past season to celebrate 100 years in Tiger Stadium. And then, they just light up throughout the stage, and it makes throughout the crowd, and it makes little words in the sky. With the game over, with the controller, with this and that. Amazing, sensational. PG Lane, 8, no notes. But there are some people who, I want to pick everything. Kendrick ain't do this, Kendrick ain't do that. Why is Serena up here? She's still thinking about her ex. Well, let me tell you something. Because some of y'all apparently have just short-term memory loss. That's got to be what it is. And yes, I'm following October's very own on SoundCloud. I don't know why I still am, but I mean, I'll probably keep listening to Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you. I still listen to Drake. Here's a song from 2 years ago from Her Loss. Pretty recent kind of like album. 332. I got to get as close to 5 seconds as possible, because you get over 5 seconds, YouTube get you out of here. But here we go. Middle of the ocean.
I swear you don't even mean what y'all say, like y'all dubbing a movie. Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie.
Out of nowhere in the middle of the thing. You dissed my husband. You called him a groupie in the middle of your 6-minute freestyle. To me, it's just responding for Serena. Serena couldn't get into she couldn't get into Not Like Us video, right? Was she in the? I don't think she was. I think it was just Lamar DeRozan was in the Not Like Us video. So if she missed that, she was here. She had to respond to Drake some way. She did the dance at the ESPYs. And she did the little kind of crip walk in and stuff like that. People had a problem with her crip walking because they said her sister was a lot of crips. According to the story, first, where there's multiple things with this. You can go with A. It was crossfire. It wasn't a direct hit to the sister. It was mistaken identity, something like that, right? And God rest her soul. Second, that was 2003. Nobody had a problem with this. No one was bringing this up in 2012. In 2012, people were mad at her doing it at the Olympics and stuff like that because it was just like, it wasn't professional. It wasn't tennis. It wasn't Darmir. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. And I get that back then because it was just different. You didn't have people like John Morant getting in after dunks and Joe Burrow. Like the 2019 LSU football team, I ain't gonna lie, changed a lot in sports culture, bro. I don't know if people really gonna talk about it or give them that credit, but they changed a lot in sports culture. And I think if it weren't for them, then there would be no Brooklyn Nets. D-Lo's first time around when they were doing the Kid Cudi dance, the pamper dance, the pissy pamper dance and stuff like that. And then Memphis, obviously, a couple years ago with Dylan Brooks and them jokers doing this out the tunnel. Like, I don't think there's from Antonio Brown, AB. I don't think there's any of that without the 2019 LSU team because them jokers were just dancing the whole season and won, so it worked. But yeah. I say all that to say she did that in 2012 and nobody was bringing up her sister back then. I will remember. I'm old enough to remember 2012. So it's like y'all want to bring up that irrelevantly and then bring up she's stuck on her ex. And Stephen A said, if you fly out to leave your husband to dance on the stage to dish your ex, then you need to get a divorce. My brother, what? It ain't about being stuck on your ex. It's responding to someone who publicly tried to diss and embarrass you. Serena didn't say or anything like that to Drake's diss for 2 years. Drake's husband. Serena's husband did. He tweeted something at Drake and stuff like that. And he was tweeting Drake throughout the beef. And he was taking Kendrick's side and saying they're not like us and this and that and whoop whoop. But like Serena didn't say a word for 2 years after you publicly called out the father of her child, her husband, her better half, her whatever you want to say, her main squeeze. All right. You called out her family. She ain't saying nothing for 2 years. She danced to the song at the ESPYs when she hosted the ESPYs, and then she danced to the song on the stage at the Super Bowl. That's it. That was it. And what Kendrick saying in the song? Better not speak on Serena. That's what he say. And Serena just saying, I stand with my Compton brother. It is what it is. And so for y'all Drake fans to be, it's the same thing, like I said, with the Kendrick fans when they were like, oh, y'all mad he didn't play his hits. He played the hits at the Dre thing. He played 2 songs at the Dre thing. He did all right in Mad City. And you said he played his hits. Kendrick, that's disrespectful to Kendrick. He got more hits than them 2. Anyways, regardless, Serena's responding to disrespect because she got disrespected publicly. She responded publicly. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's not being stuck on your ex. What is we talking about? What is we talking about? Rihanna did the same thing. People talk about Rihanna, talking about Drake and this and that and dissing Drake. Drake been dissing Rihanna and Rocky for years now. What are we talking about here? You can't just diss women, diss people, and then the woman respond, and then it's, oh, they so obsessed with Drake. You saw Drake living in your head rent-free. Drake been dissing these folks first. Like, what type of voodoo did Drake put in y'all in the thing? Man, long live my brother Charlie, man. My brother Charlie, we was at Georgia State together. And you know, one time we were singing, I think it was like back to back or something like that. He was like back to back. He said Drake, he put some like devil spells in his song or something. Cause how all his songs is catchy? How he always singing his songs regardless? And he been doing this for like 6-7 years. Charlie, unfortunately, no longer with us after a tragedy. Which shortly after that, side note, I just had to salute my boy Charlie. But R.I.P. Charlie. Going back to that, Charles. Going back to that, I don't know what type of voodoo curse, whatever spell he done put in his rhymes for y'all to just not see straight and see past your delusion, bro. Because he done dissed these folks first. And he disrespect them and poke the bear and continue dissing them. I don't know if y'all don't catch it go over y'all heads because it's subliminals. Hello. It might be the same reason why you don't like the halftime show. But it like he's been dissing these people forever, bro. These people are just responding to the disrespect, whether it was in private, whether it was in the subliminal, or whether it was just outright publicly. So you can't get mad at the folks. One thing that I do think is, I didn't even speak about the Travis Scott show. I want to say this about Travis Scott. This is my first time seeing Travis Scott. Great set, obviously. Most hit records, like major hits, like anthems that you couldn't get away from in the years 2018 all the way up to now. My favorite Travis Scott song is from his mixtape 2014. I think that was Days Before Rodeo is the name of the mixtape. He just re-released it last year on streaming platforms and stuff like that. And my favorite song is track 10, Backyard. Backyard be chilling. Backyard be drinking, smoking, homie, pull up. That's my favorite Travis Scott song. And Logic eventually used that same sample for Upgrade in 2015 on the True Incredible Story. Anyways, he didn't do that, because he was just doing hits, which was cool. And so he's performing hits, but every beat drop, the little Python, what they call it with the fire, the pipe throw, the fire goes off. Like the little fires in the set, like every beat drop. That fire is hot. And I'm not even like in the front, like, but I'm close to the little kind of barricade and stuff like that on the stage. But it's hot, bro. I'm like, it gets to the point where like I'm like this in the middle of it. I'm uncomfortably hot, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you. My mind, the way my conspiracy theory mind works, bro, I immediately jump to, is that symbolic? And I was like, I also got to start doing the right thing, bro. I got to start living the right way. Because, man, if this is just like a half of how hot it's going to be, I do not want to be there at all. Lord Jesus, please forgive me of my sins. I'm sorry I was tweaking out. My bad. I apologize for listening to the devil music. My fault, Jesus. Because that stuff was hot and it was uncomfortable. I couldn't even get jiggy. I couldn't even turn up. And then my phone, like, stopped recording because it's so high. It's overheating. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I got to check it. Like, it's just a mess, bro. It was hot, bro. And me personally, like I said, like, conspiracy theories, me who used to listen to the Jay-Z records going backwards in the church videos and all the Illuminati videos, consuming those on YouTube in 2011 to 2013. That was the first thing I'm thinking, bro. It's just like, what is this? Another thing, I seen Don Toliver in concert before at Made in America Fest up in Philadelphia, and he performing at the party, you and all your friends, and we love it again. Like, I love that song, right? So I'm recording it. I'm recording all the songs that I know and love over the weekend. And so I'm showing it to somebody, and they said he got 3 horns in the back. I said, what? They said he got 3 horns in the back. And in the back, certainly on that song, he got the flames going up, right? The same thing that Travis Scott had. They both Cactus Jack. And he got 3 like little dragons or whatever, like the flame coming out their mouth and stuff like that. But then when the beat dropped, like the eyes turned red and it looked like a, like a cartoon version of what we believe a demon would look like. Three of them, three-headed snake type stuff. Like it was some like, you know what I'm saying, demonic imagery. And I know some people take it old board with that, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, it's all devil. But like a lot of that stuff, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. A lot of that symbolism and everything like that, when it's outright like that, I'm cool off it, bro. I'm cool off it. You got it. He did Fiend twice. So I think I have like one thing of Fiend when he performed it the second time, because the first time my memory ran out, I couldn't record it. But I think I'm gonna upload the second time he performed Fiend, and that was pretty cool seeing live. Rob 49, the city showed him love. And city always showed him love when he played that yeet yeet song. Like shout out the Vultures, you know, that yeet yeet, it get the whole city going. So that was cool. I like seeing regions, you know what I'm saying? Like when the Super Bowl was out in LA, that was my first time in LA, and I was at a LA party, and like it was like a local LA dude with a Dodgers hat on, and they playing like and in it mine, you know, that like West Coast song. Y'all might know if you're from the coast. If not, you might not know it. But dude is like dancing like in a square, and he kind of like moving his feet like this. I'm like, can you teach me how to do it? And he is like, you know, I was like, I'm from Atlanta. And he like showing, he said, you just step like this and just step like this. And like, I never got it. But it was cool that they had that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in Detroit, you know, they got the buffs on. They like, what up though? And they doing this dance, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like stuff like that because it's stuff that's like unique to that region. When everybody else is just acting like Atlanta, I don't like it, bro. It like it's whack because it's like I have Atlanta at home. Like Atlanta is literally home. So, but I like it when you see the Cash Cobain and the New York and they doing the sexy drill and they like I like that stuff. Like it's different regions, different cultures, different people, and different ways of life, different ways of moving. So I appreciate that. I say all that to say I love seeing Raw 49 come out for Travis Scott and get that type of love. Now going back to Super Bowl. So yay.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.